So by my calculations, when you were 6, you would have been probably 6'4". That's right.
Not really, not really.
When did that happen? Like, were you just always taller than everybody?
Yeah, so I was always taller. I mean, my dad's 7'1", my mom's 6 foot, so I kind of got the genes for it. But I was never super tall until I believe 12, and then I had a 2 year massive growth spurt, and that's when I kind of grew up to like 7'5" for my six
Not when
eight
you
or
were 12. You weren't 7'5" when you were 12, right?
uh, I was like 6'8", I would say,
You were 6'8" when you were 12?
around there, yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay,
then
now,
I
go ahead. Okay, so I know every time you jump on any kind of call or any interview or any podcast, first thing they want to talk about is how tall you are, and they probably talk about it the whole way through. But I'm gonna ask you this one time, Rob, okay? And then I promise we'll stay away from it as much as I can keep it, because I'm just envious, bro. I'm 5'9". My girlfriend's about as tall as I am, and people give me shit for not being tall enough. So I gotta know, right? You'll never have that problem, I promise. But I gotta know, Rob. People say you're 7'7". Is that true or false? Because I think it's false, and I think you're taller than 7'7".
No, that's true. I mean,
Rob, you can tell me if you're 7'9". This is a safe space.
so the last time I got measured, I was 7'7". But what the people might not know is I had a back surgery during my senior year.
Yeah,
That's why I was out for the entire past 2 years, pretty much.
yeah.
And so they may have straightened it, so I may be slightly taller now.
So
But I don't know, because I
you
never
had a
measured.
back surgery that might have just put you up to 7'8". Are we talking possibly?
Possibly, I don't know. But I still identify myself as a 7'7" footer, so.
Yeah. Okay. That's all I wanted to hear, because I'm like 7'7". Like, it's crazy to hear that. It sounds like an understatement, but I thought it might have been. But so you had back surgery, you said 2 years ago?
October 17th of 2019, so about
2019?
a month ago.
Okay. So that was my question, because I grew up, I actually played with a kid and when we were younger, and I'm talking when I was probably in like 3rd, 4th grade, and he was extremely tall. I don't know exactly, like medically though, he always had issues. So whether it was like lung capacity, his body like didn't keep up with his like growth. Like it couldn't do it like internally. Did you run into issues like that coming up?
Thankfully not. Internally speaking, I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah.
My biggest issue was my back, because I had a scoliosis, and
Yeah.
like you said, my body wasn't able to keep up with it, and it just got worse with the time. But thankfully now that's out of the way, so
You feel better now?
yeah, much better. No pain, so that's amazing.
They didn't have to like fuse any discs together or anything, did they?
Well, the procedure itself is called back fusion. So they pretty much put 2 rods in there and screws and stuff. But I mean, I'm just as well as I was before, so I don't really feel a difference.
That's good. That's
So
really
it's
good.
good.
No, that's awesome. So now you're heading on to let's talk about Spire a little bit, because that whole thing. So you left Romania, you go Italy, and your dad's somebody that pushes you and works out with you. What went into that decision to leave? Did you go Italy right to America, or did you go back home for a little bit?
Yeah, well, it was 2016 when I went back home, because every summer I'll go back home after Italy. And that summer I actually played for the Romanian national team. And after that, Spire hit me up, and then I just ended up going to Spire in the fall. So it was pretty much right afterwards.
Was it after was there a viral like video and stuff that went out? Because I remember watching you way back when. Was that when like American interest started to come in,
Uh,
or before that?
Slightly before that, yeah. I would say 6 months earlier, I'd say.
Okay.
But at the time, I was obviously, in Italy. So I wasn't really thinking about moving halfway throughout the year. But obviously, when the year ended, I weighed my choices and chose Spire.
Yeah. No. Did you have other options other than Spire? Like, what else were you kind of debating on? Was it staying and playing with the national team, or going to America, or were there other schools in America?
Yeah, well, mostly, realistically, choices that I would have made, I had to choose between American schools.
Yeah.
And a funny story, actually. The coach at the time at least, the coach from Montverde hit me up.
Really?
Yeah, and that was like halfway throughout my year in Italy. And as European guys, we don't know much about the American system before we get here.
Yep.
So I had no idea who Montverde was, and so I just like politely rejected, his offer because I was in
You
Italy
said
at the
no to
time.
Montverde?
Pretty much, yeah. And 6 months later, I realized, I could use that now.
Yeah, I'm in my iced tea. Yup, in my iced tea. Yeah, I'm in my iced tea. Yup, in my iced tea. Click the link in my bio. Go, cup that iced tea. And check out the videos right here and subscribe. Come on, dog.